Welcome back to the Houston Texans franchise on Madden 23, guys. We've reached our bye week, week 6, coming off an ugly loss to the Ravens last week, 63-23. We gave up 63 points, man. It's unreal. But I'm proud of this team so far through 5 games, man. We're sitting at 2-3 on the season. If you think about it, man, if we look back to last year, we didn't get our second win until late into the season. So to get our second, to have 2 wins already through 5 games, that's a big deal. So today's video, man, we're going to take a look at the season stats, go over the schedule, look at the moves that have been made. We did make a trade, man, so I'm excited about the new player that we've added to the squad. And we're also going to look ahead. Going to start looking at the college board, the draft board, and we're going to start looking at potential free agents and seeing how much money we could have going into the offseason. This is a big, important season, man. Season 2 going into Season 3 is going to be a big year. All right, so let's start things off at quarterback, man. Davis Mills so far, 861 yards, 6 touchdowns with 8 interceptions. He's completing 56% of his balls, 172 yards through the air. He's been sacked 10 times through 5 games. I still believe that Davis is not the answer for us at quarterback. There was not a better option for us this past offseason. So, you know, we kind of had to go with Davis. We could have made a trade that would have landed us somebody like Malik Willis, or we could have tried to go out and get like a Trey Lance. But I just don't think those are the guys that we need right now. You know, in the draft, as you'll see here in a little bit, there's a quarterback that I have got my eye on, and I think he's going to be something special. So we might look to go that route. But, you know, Davis has to really step this up, man. I mean, 8 interceptions through 5 games, that's tough. That's tough. As we take the ball out of Davis's hands, we're putting it more in Dameon Pierce's hands. And this kid is having an amazing season. Through 5 games, he has 850 yards and 8 touchdowns. He has carried the ball a lot, though, 123 carries. He's averaging 170 yards per game. He's had a couple of games, the past couple games, he's had a fumble. So we're really going to be working on that. But again, I said it going into this season that Dameon was going to be a star, and he's starting to shine bright. 850, man, that's crazy. His backup, Matt Breida, 38 carries for 217 and 2 scores. I want to get him more involved. I want him to get his average to be somewhere about around 50, 60 yards per game. But he's doing a great job as a running back and as a receiver for us. And then the rookie Julius Temple, he's got 5 carries for 16 yards. So the backs are doing what they're supposed to do. We are a run-heavy offense as of right now. But I'm excited to see what Dameon is going to do after the break. Out wide, like I said before, man, the passing game hasn't been consistent enough, but Brevin Jordan having a solid start to the year, 15 catches, 253 yards, and 4 touchdowns. A nice weapon for Davis to check the ball down to. Then you got Brandon Cooks, 11 catches for 217 and a score. He's our playmaker, so we got to find a way to move him around and get him some more touches. We got Matt Breida out of the backfield, 11 catches for 60 yards. The rookies having an impact too, man. Emmett Crowder, 8 catches for 166 and a touchdown. You got Will Bush with 7 catches for 88 yards. John Mechie is a player I really want to get more involved, man. I really want to get him going here in the second half of the season. He's got a unique skill set. Like, he's not the greatest route runner in the world, but he's got great hands. So trying to find a way to get him the ball is going to be a priority here in the second half. 7 catches for 45 yards. Parham 3 for 14. Pierce has 2 for 14. And then Farrell Brown has 1 for 4. To the offensive line we go. I mean, it's not bad, right? Like, we've seen worse, guys. Elton Jenkins has given up 3 sacks. Tunsil's given up 1, and Rowe has given up 1. We've seen worse. You know what I mean? We paid Elgin a lot of money to come be a part of this team, so giving up 3 sacks through 5 games, we got to find a way to do a little bit better than that. But I'm proud of the rest of the line. I mean, our center hasn't given up 1. Wait, where's he at? Our center hasn't given up any, and our left guard hasn't given up any. So let's just keep that momentum going here in the second half, man. We faced a lot of good pass rushers early this year, and I know we've got a lot more to go the rest of the year. Defensively, man, this defense is playing a lot better than what I thought they were going to do. We're forcing turnovers, getting after the quarterback. Jabril Peppers leads this team with 38 tackles, followed by Jalen Petrie with 34, and Christian Harris has 33. So that's our great trio stepping up, leading this team in tackles. Derek Stingley off to a hot start with 32 tackles. We've got Desmond King II with 20, Grenard with 18, Quincy Williams with 15. Diablo has 15 as well. Cashman with 13. Landry with 12. Branch has 11. Blacklock with 10. So a great job, man. We're getting a lot of rotation in, especially on that defensive line. You're seeing a lot of guys getting playing time. They're doing their part. They're doing a great job. Sacks department, Grenard has 2. The rookie Branch has 2 as well, and so does O.O. Then you got Williams, Cashman, and Green each with 1. The interception department, Jabril Peppers leads the team. Him and Petrie each have 2. Christian Harris, Stingley, King, and Lewis have 1. Kicking game, Fairbairn is 9 of 10 with a long of 43. He's 15 of 15 on extra points. Punt game, Cameron Johnson's a great punter. 14 for 621. He's got 4 inside the 20 with a long of 58. The return game, Crowder almost had one the last game. He's got 21 for 464. And in the punt game, Jabril only has 6 for 41. So like I mentioned, man, we did make a move this week. We sent Steven Nelson and a 4th-round pick to the Raiders, and we picked up cornerback Trayvon Mullen Jr. I was looking for a little bit more size at corner and a little bit more speed, and that's where Mullen comes in. Let's take a look at him. So Trayvon comes in at 6'2", 200 pounds. He's 25, his 4th year out of Clemson with star development. 91 speed. He's got 86 man coverage as of right now. Morale is down just because of how we lost the last game, so it affects him too. But I love the speed. I love the man coverage ability, the agility, the press, and he can go catch that rock. I still have Derek Stingley as cornerback number 1. I think Derek is going to be a star in this league. But he needed a running mate and somebody that is going to make a play on the other side, and I think that's where Trayvon is going to excel. He just signed a deal, too, with the Raiders, so we're going to have him around for a little bit. He's under a 5-year deal worth $23 million, which isn't bad for somebody as good as he is. He's not happy about he's not overall interested in being a part of this team. Doesn't have a real mentor at this position, but it's okay, though. At 6'2", 200, he's going to come in and get some playing time. He's going to be cornerback number 2 on this depth chart. And I think we've got a nice little group of corners going so far, man. With Stingley at CB1, you got Mullen. Desmond King is still on this team, but Jordan Lewis is doing a great job playing in the slot, sometimes playing that 4th corner position. And don't forget, we got Taviar Thomas down here. He's got 92 speed and 80 man coverage, so he might push for playing time as well. Take a look at the standings in the AFC South. Everybody has at least 2 losses in the division. Colts so far 3-2. You got the Titans sitting at 3-2. We're up here at 2-3. And then the Jaguars, who we play after the break, they're 1-4. Here's a look at the top 10 teams in the NFL as of right now. The Chargers undefeated at 5-0. Then you've got the Cowboys 4-1. The Bills are 4-1 as well. They've scored 135 points and only given up 71. They got a really good defense. Eagles are 4-1. Chiefs are 4-1. The Browns are 4-1 as well. And here are the Ravens at 4-1. You got the Broncos, Cardinals, and Bengals 3-2, followed by the Steelers, the Buccaneers, the Colts, the Lions, the Titans, and the Patriots, all at 3-2. Taking a look at the team rankings right here at the bottom of the screen, we're averaging 30 points per game. What a difference a year makes, man. We do have the worst passing offense, only 154 yards through the air, but we do have the best running offense, 217 yards per game. Defensive points, man, we give up the most points in the league at almost 36 points. It doesn't help when you give up 63 to a team last week, but we're not going to talk about it. Also, we're right in the middle of the pack as far as passing yards allowed with 262, but we're last against the run, and again, it doesn't help playing the Ravens last week where we gave up 5 touchdowns to J.K. Dobbins. So it's time to look ahead, man. The draft board is set. We've been scouting guys, man. We've been taking a look at players for the first 5 weeks, and I'll tell you this right now. I think I found our quarterback of the future. But this draft is very, very deep with good players. Right now, the number one player in the country is Justice Chaney, a defensive end from Oklahoma State, 6'4", 267 pounds. And this dude is going to be a pass rush specialist, man. He has a finesse move, a power move, and a tackle. Some of the notes on him: physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits, loves to utilize the spin move, has a swift arm-over move, will utilize power and leverage to bull through pass protectors, has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball out from runners, and shows good discipline and won't get flagged. That's such a good look for a defensive end, man. And if you look at his ratings, this kid is, good to great acceleration, solid to good agility, great to elite change of direction, solid to good jumping, great to elite speed, and then he has solid to good strength. Now, if we were in the market for a defensive end, I really do believe that this guy would be the first person off of our board. But I kind of like our defensive ends right now, Branch and Grenard. So I'm interested to see where this kid ends up, hopefully nowhere near our division. Second player on the board right now is Antonio Skandrick, cornerback from Nebraska, 5'11", 196. And the scouts say he's a savvy defender when the ball's in the air, has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball out from runners, and shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. Now, he's more of a zone cover than he is a man-to-man cover, so he would not fit our defense. But look at the stats, man. He's got good to great acceleration, decent to solid agility. So that's not really good, man. You got to have a corner that could really, twist those hips. He's got solid to good change of direction, good to great jumping, solid to good speed, and decent to solid strength. So I wouldn't be shocked if he comes in with somewhere like around an 87, 88 speed. But that A zone coverage is really going to help these guys out, whoever decides to pick them up. The number one quarterback on the board right now is Troy Blankenship, 6'4", 234 from Coastal Carolina. And I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of his. Not the biggest fan. Scouts say whether the window is open or closed, he's going to sling it. He throws a beautiful spiral pass on all passes. Pressure doesn't faze him because he doesn't know it's there. Does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Plays well within and outside of the pocket. And he has got a fast, nearly perfect compact motion. Comes in with good to great acceleration, solid to good agility, good to great change of direction, decent to solid jumping, marginal to decent speed, great to elite strength, and good to great throw power. And right now, all we know is he has B, deep accuracy, and B, medium accuracy with A, break sack. The one thing that kind of concerns me about Troy is his marginal to decent speed. I think he's going to be your prototypical pocket passer. And we've had that already. And I don't want that again. I want to have somebody who can get outside the pocket if I need him to. And I also need somebody who's going to be able to sling that ball down the field. Good to great is okay, but I think that's going to put him more in the Davis Mills range right now. We got another defensive lineman here. It's Joey Childress from Rice. He's 6'1", 268. Then you have Daniel Woody, outside linebacker from UCLA, 6'3", 269. Will Potts from LSU, he's another outside linebacker, 6'5", 249. Arguably the best left tackle in college football. He was our center's teammate last year, Bryce Tucker. He's 6'8", 322 pounds from Ohio State. Has a motor that runs through the whistle, lacks discipline, resulting in avoidable penalties. But you can't get past the A run blocking, A awareness. I thought I saw pass block too. He's got great to elite strength, solid to good speed, good to great change of direction, decent to solid agility, and solid to good acceleration. Arguably one of the best left tackles in the country right now. Isaiah Silver at free safety from Louisville, 5'11", 209. Tim Kemp from Clemson, 6'5", 266. You got Dwight Telfair from Kansas State, 6'5", 261. Those are your top 10. But this is the guy I really have got my eye on, and I'm dead serious about drafting him, man. This is Caleb Stanford from Stanford, 6'5", 228. He's 22 years old. And some of the notes on him from scouts, whether the window is open or closed, he's going to sling it. Beautiful spiral pass. Stands tall in the pocket and is always aware of pressure. That is a big deal for us. Does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away. Plays well within and outside the pocket. He's got a lightning quick release, almost ignores his lower half. That is major key for our offense. Taking a look at his physicals and his ratings, man, he's got decent to solid acceleration, decent to solid agility, decent to solid change of direction. He's got great to elite jumping, solid to good speed, great to elite strength, and his throw power. Great to elite. That is huge. So that means he could drive the ball down the field. Now, here's a look at his attributes that we know so far. He's got A, deep accuracy, B, medium. He's got A to C, short, B, throw on the run, A to C, under pressure, A to C, trucking. His throw power is – where's it at? Oh, do I have throw power up here? He's got B, awareness, A, break sack, C to F, carrying, which is kind of concerning. If he gets hit, he might fumble. A to C, injury, B to D, juke move, B to D, play action, C to F, spin move, which is good, C to F, stamina, and A to C, stiff arm. This is the quarterback of the future for us, y'all. I really think Caleb Stanford could come in and be an impact player for us. Now, listen, it's going to take a lot. Okay, he is the number 2 quarterback on this board. We have 2 first-round picks, and I have a feeling that he's going to be number 1 on a lot of players, on a lot of teams' boards, right? And there's a lot of teams in this draft that need quarterbacks. We would have to trade up, and I'm willing to trade up those 2 picks plus another pick to make that selection. I don't think Davis Mills is our guy. I would be willing to trade Davis Mills to get some more picks just so we could draft Stanford. But this guy, I have him listed as a must-get for this team. And as you can see, he's the number 1 player on our board is Caleb Stanford. We've got Matthew Rich, a D tackle from Miami, 6'4", 318. I really like his tackling ability. Another D tackle on our board is James McDonald from USC. He's 6'1", 305. He's got a finesse move. Interested in him. You got Jonathan Holliday from Texas A&M. So far, we know he has a finesse move, D power move, and a tackling. He's projected to go in the 3rd or 4th round. If we're looking at a corner, CJ Forsett from East Carolina, 6'1", 180. He's projected to go 1 or 2. He's got C-man coverage and B press. Another D tackle is Perry Johnson from Washington State, 6'3", 295. He's got B finesse move and B tackling. Troy Hargrove from Mississippi State at corner, 6'1", 182. He's got B man coverage, C press, and C catching. Then there's Tevin Stockton from Temple on the smaller side at 5'9", 198, projected to go 3rd or 4th round. He's got B catching and B press. We're looking for a wide receiver. There's Trey Graham from Missouri, 5'11", 195, A catching, A deep route running, but he has C catching traffic. If we're looking for some offensive line help, Josh Pryor from South Carolina, 6'4", 313. Expect to go in the 3rd or 4th round. He's got A awareness and A pass blocking. And that's really it. Again, I think we're going to end up trading a lot of picks to move up in the 1st round to go get Stanford. I really thought about looking at different quarterbacks that could potentially have been in the NFL already. But I would rather develop somebody and have them be the leader of this team than go out and spend extra money to bring in another player. So Caleb Stanford is going to be our guy. We've just got to find a way to trade up in this draft. So let's take a look at potential free agents going into next season, man. I think we'll have a nice little penny going into next year. Some of the priorities might be a D tackle, maybe another corner, and a wide receiver would definitely be a good look for this team. I've got a couple of guys written down, so let's take a look. So the first person we're going to take a look at is T. Higgins. He's playing with the Eagles right now. He's actually 3rd on their depth chart. He's projected to be a free agent at the end of the year, and he's a big body wideout, 6'4", 216 pounds. This will be his fourth year out of Clemson. Not going to wow you with his speed, 88 speed, but he's got 89 catching, 93 catching traffic. He's got solid route running skills, great spec catch, and he could jump out the gym. Teaming him up with John Mechie and Brandon Cooks, I think we would have a really good wide receiving core. Now, I know he's going to want a lot of money, but I think he'll be worth it. So at D tackle, if we're not able to find – so at D tackle, we definitely need a playmaker up the middle, man. Derek Brown from the Panthers is projected to be a free agent at the end of the year. 6'5", 320 pounds. His fourth year from Auburn. And this dude's just a menace, man. 94 strength. He's got great block shedding, great power move. He's a great tackler. He's got solid speed. I just think this would be a great fit to go with the defense that we are building, man. We've got speed coming off the edge. Now we just need some muscle up the middle. Deshaun Hand, I believe we have him for maybe another 1 or 2 years. Teaming him up with Derek Brown, it's going to be hard to run up the gut. With the potential of losing 2 corners this offseason, Anthony Averett might be somebody we look into. 5'11", 184, his 6th year from Bama, 28 years old. He's got great speed, 93 speed, 76 man, 77 play rec with 94 acceleration, and great press too with 83 press. He could be a good number 3 corner or even number 4 in our defense. Now, listen, this might be a shot in the dark, but if we wanted to spend a little cash this offseason, Trevon Diggs from the Cowboys is set to become a free agent. I know we just traded for Mullen, and I know we've got Stingley on the squad too, but a talent like Diggs in our secondary would be unreal. I didn't realize he was zone coverage corner. I thought he was more of a man-to-man cover. But he's got 93 speed. He's got 84 play rec, 93 zone, 84 press, 85 catching. He's just a playmaker. I really think he would be a great addition to the team, and we could really build up on that man-to-man coverage. And then again, if we didn't want to spend too much money, Jeff Okudah is set to become a free agent. His 4th year out of Ohio State, 6'1", 202, 91 speed, 74 man, 76 zone, 78 play rec. Press is there. It's solid. Acceleration is solid. So is the jumping ability. We're looking to get a 3rd and a 4th corner. So Okudah could be somebody that we look to bring in. And then there's C.J. Henderson from the Panthers, 6'1", 204, 4th year from Florida. He's got star development, 93 speed, 79 man, 72 zone, 79 press. Solid jumping. Catching could be a little bit better. But, again, just looking to add more depth in that cornerback room. We are in a pass-happy league, so the more help we can get, the better. Coach, I'm sure you hope to be in a better spot than 3rd place heading into your bye week, but any special plans for the week off? We need to be firing on all cylinders coming out of this bye week, so we're sticking to the grind. I don't want these guys rusty or sluggish because of time off, and I think keeping their routine would help. Facts. No days off. Extra work put in during the bye week has paid off. You get 500 XP for all your players. Okay. But with no week off, your players weren't able to recuperate. -7 stamina for all players in the next game. -7? God, dog, Madden? Oh, a lot of upgrades. I like it, man. Let's go with Quincy Williams, the outside linebacker, man. We just signed him in free agency. He's a 72 overall right now. We're going to go – let's see. He's got great tackling. Speed is crazy. He needs to get off of blocks. What's going to give me block shedding? Run stopper? All right. We're going to go run stopper. He should go up to a 74 now. He gets +3 to block shed and a +1 to tackle. I like that, man. That's really going to help him out now. He's up to 71 on the block shedding. The tackling got better. The speed's crazy. He's been solid for us. My guy, Jabril Peppers, leading the team in tackles. We can go run support, zone, or hybrid. Let's see what he needs. I think zone coverage might be, or hybrid. Hybrid gives us a little bit of both, right? Man coverage and press. Zone gives us zone coverage, play rec, and hit power. I'm going to go hybrid. He'll go up to an 82. He'll get a +1 to acceleration, +2 to awareness, and +1 to man coverage. I probably should have went the other way with that, but that's okay. 77 man coverage now. So that wraps it up for the bye week. As you see, man, we've got a plan in place. We know who we want to target in the draft. We know who we want to target in free agency. But now it's time to finish the year strong. We return from our bye week out on the road, headed down to Jacksonville to take on the 1-5 Jaguars. And as you can see, James Robinson is their top player on offense. We also have to be aware of Trevor Lawrence. Defense has to come out ready to play. We're still missing a couple key players, but I know this team, man. I think we're ready to step up and handle business. Big shout out to all the members that support this channel. If you would like to become a member, check out the link down below.